like I write music that I care about, and like that's first and foremost the most important thing for me. There's some people that just are chasing trends their whole career, and like I do not care at all. Turns out that when you work with younger people, especially at the beginning of their career, they're super hungry and they really want to do the best work of their lives, you know? And I'm not saying that like older older artists aren't like really good at what they do, but it's a different phase of your career. And I, especially after Ego, like there I don't think anything on the record, but like I think a lot of the stuff that was left over, because you know there's a lot of stuff that gets left on the cutting table where I just didn't release, and where people were really not trying very hard, and you know there were big names, and you know I'm not going to out anybody, but like where people were really complacent and just like, and I was kind of bummed because I'm like working with people that I really admired and they're just like not trying at all. So it's like, you know what, I got to change this up.
Let me name drop. Can I name drop?
Yeah.
Because you're co-producing Linkin Park records, and I mean Brad Delson has an $8 million home in LA. So you're creating with people who are in a different headspace. Now you're like creating with these younger people like Phil Good.
Yeah.
I contacted Phil Good about working with you, and he had great things to say about you.
Yeah.
And that new single's a jam, man.
Driving along, saw a cliff, that's a pretty big fall, I could break a rib. And if I drove off, I could start again, but I won't. Side of the road, stretch my neck, it's so cold outside, I could see my breath. And if
Hi, this is Phil Good. I wrote Stuck on You about 3 years ago with this production writing duo in LA called The Gifted. We wrote half the song, and it was really poppy production. And at the time, I didn't really know what to do with it because I really liked it, but I hadn't finished it. And then years later, my manager asked me if I had anything I'd want to send to RAC. And I've been a big fan of RAC for a long time, so I was kind of nervous, honestly, to send him anything. But I sent him this one. I think I made a stripped version, though, so it was like just a Rhodes piano and my voice.
You know, the chorus in that song is just like Stuck on You. Like, that's it. That's all it is. And like, it's such a simple idea, but it's like a powerful message. And like the lyrics, the verses like kind of reinforce that. And like just his melodies and everything else, like it's all very kind of minimal. And
bored, can't control my mind, and then I'm scared. I'm holding my breath, making it last, running on feelings that are both from the past. When you were so close, wish I could go back, but I can't.
He loved it. And then a couple weeks later, basically had the track that is now the final song.
You know, I had a couple other like big artists like submit stuff, and it just was not feeling it. And you know, these kind of relatively unknown people, and that, I mean, Feel Good is definitely on like, you know, the up and up. So he's not like unknown or anything like that, but you know, he's definitely at the earlier stages of his career compared to some of the other people I've worked with. And
working with him was fun. I mean, it was only over email for a while, just kind of talking about the song, but he was super friendly, and you know, it's always nice to meet somebody that you look up to and have them be nice and a real human. So yeah, basically he did that. He did the track, and then over my demo vocal, basically I recorded this demo vocal, or what I called a demo vocal, and then he was like, no, I think this is perfect and it's done, which I'm really not good at figuring out when something's done. So having him tell me that the vocal was just fine was nice.
I'm just stuck on you. There ain't nothing I can do. Just stuck on you. There ain't nothing I can do.
I love his production style because it's so honest and clean, and it's like clean but not too clean, you know? It's just, everything feels right, but still has a little bit of grit. And all of his choices and his chords and drums are really, really special, I think.
he doesn't overdo it. Like, he just does enough, and he does it so well that it's simple and effective, and it gets to the point, and it's super catchy. The same is true for a lot of the other songs in this album. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. It was really fun. Like I felt like sort of re-energized by all of it. And like I feel like maybe on Ego, like I was the one kind of driving the whole thing. And with this, I felt kind of like on the same page with a lot of people, like where they're like, yeah, but let me redo this part, because like I think it could be better, instead of me asking for it, you know. So it's like there was sort of a lot of self motivation there, and I don't know, it was just like a really positive experience. I'm like super proud of this album, and I think it's a turning point creatively for me. And you know, even if like let's say the world ends, nobody listens to it, you know, like I'm I'm still like super proud of it.